Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Glasgow. We've got a flight down to Bristol. So this flight will be we're going through some of the setup, going through some of the operational flight plan, and going through bits on the MCDU to help anyone that requires it. So without further ado, let's get the batteries on and external power. Nav lights on, master switch on, no smoking sign on, and emergency exit signs armed. Crucible oxygen on, ground control on, evac to captain. ADAS 1, 2 and 3. Let's load the aircraft.
Refueling truck is on its way. Boarding requested. Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay, so the operational flight plan. So the way the read these, see flight number, not really interested in that. What we are interested is in, okay, so flight time around about 55 minutes. We do have a headwind, so we'll call that an hour. Payload is 10,830 kilograms to 10 tons. Takeoff weight 59.8 tons. Landing weight 64.5 tons. Why is that important?
Your EasyJet flight.
Excuse me, let me just turn down the cabin crew.
Please take your seats as quickly as you can.
There we go, that's better. Why is this important? It means that we're below landing weight. If we were to have an engine failure or something occurs during takeoff, we can land well within the landing weight, which is 64.5 tons. So that's all good. Shear rate, okay, so this is an indication of
fuel truck is in position.
Potential turbulence. Usually anything
Please
above 8, so
aircraft
I'm not
until
really
the fuel
worried
truck
about
arrives
1.5.
and ask to do it.
But it's a waypoint rum key. I don't know actually. We'll have a look at the charts. And that's about it for that page. Cost index 4, EasyJet, always 4. Flight level 330, which we're happy with. Okay, so that's operational route. Okay, taking off 23 via Norbo 1 Hotel departure. And landing 09 via the Weeby 1 Bravo.
Hello.
Distance 308. So we'll make sure that once we've input into the MCDU, that they tie in. Okay, so bulk fuel is 5.2 tons. Do we need anything more than that? Not really.
Hello.
CNR, so this is our sort of decision point, as it were, for fuel, whether we land where intended to or go to alternative.
Hello.
Other than that. And I think let's have a look at flight log. Okay, more frequency.
Good evening. Hello.
Anything above 10.
Glasgow traffic, Lufthansa 1 Whiskey Tango is pushing back, passing band 22.
No.
Hello.
So anything above 100, sorry. Which is 10,000. So that's basically if we have a cabin depressurization and we need to drop below 10,000, we can pretty much all the way along the route, even.
Hello.
Yeah, it gets a bit. Oh no, there we are. Sorry, my bad. There is one there. Carno. Nokin Rizla.
This way, please.
So that must be the Lake District.
Welcome on board. This way, please.
Qantas traffic, Emirates, that is 9538, vacated runway 23 Glasgow.
Yeah, so that's why they're important.
Welcome on board.
Yeah, but
Yes, you boarding
data all looking pretty cool.
This
Yeah,
way.
cloud cover. Yeah, all within about 10k. Even our alternatives of Heathrow,
Yes, you
Manchester,
boarding
or
pass.
Birmingham.
Hello. May I see your boarding pass?
Yeah, slight crosswinds, but
This way.
no crosswinds at Bristol apparently, so should be good.
Welcome on board.
Fine.
Hello.
Weather. So weather in Bristol, 0905 knots. That's pretty decent. That's head on. Visibility out to 10k. No clouds
Welcome on board.
detected.
Good
30
evening.
degrees. QNH 1019.
Hello.
And that is it.
May I see your
Heathrow is
boarding
pretty
pass?
much the same. 10011.
May I see your
Manchester.
boarding pass?
Light variable winds, 1 knot. Visibility is good, temperatures are good,
Hello.
and same as Birmingham.
Welcome on board.
However, Birmingham becoming nothing there.
Hello.
No real issues there.
Hello.
Weather here, we can put that in now actually. QNH 1020. And the
Good evening.
temperature is 13 degrees. Okay, so that's pretty much the flight plan.
Hello.
That's the gone through. We'll go through the charts in a minute. So what we need to do now is go to the ATSU AOC menu, receive message. This will be our load sheet, and we've got a couple of things that we need to load down here.
Welcome on board.
We've got 0 fuel weight, 54.8, and takeoff weight is 59.8.
Good evening.
And then Mac 0 fuel weight, 32.
Welcome on board.
Qantas traffic, Lufthansa 1 Whiskey Tango, taxiing to runway 23.
And then Mac
Good
takeoff
evening.
weight is 30.4. And we said block fuel was 5.2.
May I see your boarding pass?
So we can accept that,
Hello.
return, go to the init
Good
page,
evening.
init request,
Good evening.
easy 27 was
May I see your boarding pass?
Charlie.
Hello.
Flight number. Cost index is 4. IRS initiate. Align on the reference.
please.
Confirm. Return. Tropo. 39485. 39485. And
Good evening.
temperature was 13. And lastly, before we put the cruise in, we'll get the wind request. Okay, that's wind updated. And cruise level is 330. Now, it's given us a cruise temperature of minus 52. What you can do in the MCDU is you don't need to put that unless you want to. If you just put 330, it's given us minus 50. Change that. So that's the init page done. Next page is the flight plan, EGPF, departure, runway 23, and it's the Norbo 1 hotel departure. Inject that. And destination Bristol, arriving ILS 09 via the Weave B, 1 Bravo, and inject that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to, I'll just show you something quickly, make more sense. So, nav displayed to plan and 20-mile radius. So this is our route, straight out to Norbo, then over the Lake District, and then pretty much south. We'd be Upcam, Inga. And what I was doing is the VOR at Bristol before coming left. I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the Bristol waypoint and insert that. So you notice now that there's, so it's Inga, and then we'll vector ourselves in to center fix 09. That all looks dandy, back to arc and 10. So that's the flight plan in. Secondary flight plan, we'll copy the active. And what we want to do here, we want to come up with some route for an engine out. So what I'm going to do is after 530, I'm going to put in Atlantic. Using its waypoint, and then we're going to hold Atlantic, and I think it already has. Let me find the. Yeah, there it is. It already has a holding pattern in place. 1, 2, 3 right turns. So what you notice now is on our, if we go back to plan and
Plus traffic, Lufthansa 1 with Tango taking off on route 23.
so we're going to take off. If we get an engine out procedure, we're just going to come left. Hold it Atlantic. We'll sort ourselves out. And then what we'll do then, Atlantic, new destination, which will be back to Glasgow.
Is not allowed at any time. This includes vapes and other e-cigarettes. The crew are in the cabin to help you.
EGPF arrival, ILS 23. No SID. That's it. And that is in the flight plan. Secondary flight plan.
Please put your electronic devices in flight mode now so that you can use them throughout the flight. Put your laptop safely away in your bag, ready for takeoff. If any of your electronic devices become hot, damaged,
So we've done that, we've done the secondary flight plan. Next we do in at Bravo. And this is where we need our zero fuel weights. 54.8 over 32. And block is 5.2. And takeoff weight calculated 59.8, which is what we had on the load sheet. So that's in. Information we can gather here. Extra time, so we've got extra time of 27 minutes. That's to incorporate any go-arounds or missed approaches that we require. And alternate, so for alternate we've got 27 minutes of fuel additional. So after it, performance, and this is where we go over to the performance calculator. So runway 23, runway surface is dry. Flap configuration will be 1F, force toga no, anti-ice off, packs off. Takeoff weight was 59.8, and Mach takeoff weight 30.4. Sync that, calculate that, and then you can either manually input it in, or you can just send to MCDU, which we'll do. Okay. Before I forget, let's start the APU. Let's get the seatbelt signs on. Let's get the fuel pumps on. Beacon light on.
We're now going to take you through the safety features of this aircraft.
Before I forget as well, I'll change that to 6,000. I'll see why in a minute.
The location of the emergency exits is shown on the safety
Okay,
card
so
and
all in the
demonstrated
MCDU
by
is
the
done.
crew.
And we'll just do a
Make sure you
cockpit
know where
preparation
your
checklist.
nearest
Gear and
exits
pins and
are.
covers
They
removed.
may be
Fuel
behind you.
quantity is
Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit.
5.2
In an
tons.
emergency,
Seatbelt
leave all
signs are
bags
on.
board.
ADAS, RT nav on green. Barrel reference is
To
set
fasten your
1020
seatbelt,
on both.
push the metal
Corporate
end
preparation
into the
checks
buckle
complete.
until it clicks. Pull the loose end to adjust and unfasten
Okay,
by lifting
so
the top of the buckle.
taxi will be, we're going to
It
push
must be
back and
fastened
we're
when
going to
the
face
seatbelt
north,
sign is on,
and then
we
we'll
suggest you
taxi
keep it
onto
fastened
Golf,
whenever you're
and
in your
then
seat.
right onto Alpha.
If the air
We'll
supply
get to
fails, the
Alpha 1
masks will
and hold
drop
at Alpha
from
1.
above you. Pull a mask towards you to
And
start the
that's pretty
oxygen.
much it. For the departure,
Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask
take off runway
close to the
23,
strap. Pull on
up to
each side
ZSIS.
to adjust.
No we're
Put on
not,
your own mask before helping others.
taking off down to the
If
southwest
you land on water, take a life jacket
to
from under your
DME
seat.
12, DME
Remove
14
it from the pouch
before
and
joining
fit it over your head.
Norbo 6000.
Pass the tapes around your waist and clip it
That's
together.
our
Pull the strap to adjust.
altitude constraint.
You must not inflate your life jacket until you're outside.
We've not got ATC online.
Once outside,
They may
inflate it by pulling the toggle.
climb you quicker
If
than
it
that.
doesn't inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle
So
for
that's
attracting
APU is
attention.
available.
The crew can help
APU
you
bleed
with
on.
life jackets for children.
Get rid of the external power now.
Please look at the safety card in your seat pocket before takeoff. It contains important
Run
safety
services, get rid of
information
GPU,
specific to
parking
this
brake
aircraft,
is on,
such as the brace position
so we
and
can get rid of
operation of the
chops.
exits. Please now close your seat table, put the armrest down,
And we
open the
can
window blinds,
prepare for pushback
and
departure.
fasten your seatbelts. Thank you
As I
for your
mentioned.
attention.
Radar over on and predictive wind shear on. And squawk. Numbers in there.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, I'm just going to do one last check, make sure. Yeah, no one's online.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Glasgow traffic easy, 27 Whiskey Charlie stand at 11, pushback and start facing north. Glasgow traffic. Okay, before start checklist, parking brake is set. Takeoff speeds and thrusts 136, 136, 139 and flex temp is 68 degrees. Windows are both closed and the beacon light is on.
Locking gear.
Before start checklist complete. We want to right on left facing north.
Release parking brakes, please.
Okay, parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Set timer. Engine mode initial start and starting engine number 1. Lovely clear night in Glasgow. Don't know if you can hear that engine roaring up. Sounds lovely though. Okay, happy with engine number 1, starting engine number 2.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Unlocking gear. Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Okay, so that's both engines
Left
available.
is clear. Right is clear.
APU bleed off. Master switch off. Engine mode back to normal. And we can put taxi lights on. Runway turn off lights on. Auto brake to max. Flaps 1. And ground spoilers armed. After start checklist anti-ice not required. ECAM status is checked. Parker brake, yeah. TCAS, company message, and APU available. They're all expected. The company message will be the final load sheet. 54.9. Okay, so we're a little bit over, but nothing to get our knickers in a twist. So accept that. Return back to flight plan. Pitch trim is 13.4% and rudder trim is neutral. After start checklist complete. Okay, flight controls. Left full rudder neutral, right full rudder neutral, left aileron neutral, right aileron neutral, fully down, and full climb. Okay. Glasgow traffic easy 27 Whiskey Charlie, taxiing to holding point Alpha 1 via Golf and Alpha for runway 23. Glasgow traffic. Remember, this is an APL flight, so I want to try and get maximum points. I've been marked down for speeding on the taxiway the last few flights. Okay, left is clear, right is clear. Hopefully the cabin crew will come through and let us know that that's them ready. We can do the taxi checklist. So again, but a very beautiful clear night. Fire engines ready for us. Come on, cabin crew. I'd like to do this taxi checklist before we get to the holding point. That would be nice, wouldn't it? There's the helimed. Right, taxi checklist. Flight controls checked. Flap settings 1 and F. Radar and predictive wind shear on and auto. Engine mode selected is normal. ECAM memo is takeoff. There we go. No blue. Cabin is ready. Taxi checklist complete.
Hello, that's cabin secure for takeoff. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Better late than never. Can reset that. Okay. TCAS TARA. Let's get this pass off. Okay, there's no change to the departure, so we don't have to run through the departure change checklist. Lineup. Checklist. Takeoff runway is 23 for length. TCAS is TARA and packs 1 and 2 are off. Lineup. Checklist complete. Don't think there's anyone landing in Glasgow, but we will hold short anyway instead of going straight on. And we will do a static takeoff. Glasgow traffic, easy 27 Whiskey Charlie, holding short, runway 23 Alpha 1. Glasgow traffic. Okay, takeoff lights, landing lights on, nose lights take off. That can go off, strobes can come on. Glasgow traffic, easy 27 Whiskey Charlie, landing up runway 23. Glasgow traffic. Gave people an opportunity to reply. No one has. That and the fact that TCAS is empty. Presume that there's nothing about. Okay, throttles to 50%. Steady. Bag brake off, let's go. Glasgow traffic easy, 27 Whiskey Charlie, taking off runway 23, departing via the Norbo 1 hotel departure. Initial climb 6,000 feet. Glasgow traffic. Okay, flex 68, SRS and runway green or thrust blue. knots, check. B1, rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up. VATSIM come back on. Level climb. And spoilers disarmed. Nose lights can come off. And flaps retracted. Okay, might as well put autopilot on.
Please keep your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is switched off. We suggest you keep it fastened whenever you're in your seats. Be careful when you open the lockers, as items may have moved.
Okay, let's
There are
get
toilets
ourselves up.
outside
33,000.
aircraft and they all have smoke detectors. Smoking is not allowed at any time. This includes vapes and other e-cigarettes.
Okay, standard pressure 6,000. Passing 10,000, landing lights off. And there's no other traffic about that we see visually. Nothing on TCAS, so it's 10 and 20 nautical miles. And there's no real weather, so treat the passengers, get the seatbelt signs turned off. What we can do now as well, happy both engines are fine, so we can go to secondary flight plan and we can delete that. Now the issue with kind of hour-long flights is there's a lot of work. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring up our flight plan and put data. So if we don't make Bristol, then our first alternate is Heathrow. So what we can do here is secondary flight plan. Excuse me. Copy the active. So manual. EGLL. It's a new destination. Arrival will be ILS on the left. Missed that. So if we have a look, plan again. So that's in then. So for whatever reason we can't get into Bristol, you know, the runway's shut for whatever reason, or there's bad weather, we've got a flight plan in there that we can make the decision at Rumkey, where we can veer off left and pretty much direct straight in. There may be other waypoints we may get asked to hold at certain points, but we can input that in as and when ATC request. So Remkey, that was when the turbulence was due. So what we can do is, and what we should have done, what I should have done is my bad. Okay, Rumkey there, so that would have been 37 minutes. And take off. So what was that? So I said around another 20 minutes potential for some slight turbulence, and we can let the cabin crew know, just to give them a heads up. This is really all the information that we need to input into the performance. And what we can do, sorry, I forgot, we can also do is if we hit secondary flight plan, curve, so we can go into approach, and we can put all our data in for Heathrow like we would, you know, as we're going to do for Bristol. So what we can do is we can get that information off here. So QNH is 1020, temperature is 15, wind is 10011 knots. And we can keep the barrel reference, in fact, the charts. 279. So yeah, that's all in there for if we need to use the secondary flight plan. So the arrivals chart would have come to Weaveby, we need to be at 16,000 feet. We'll go to Upcam, then Inga, and then we will vector ourselves down this way. Bristol. Sorry, I just had to take a jump off. It's absolutely roasting. Absolutely sweating buckets. Okay, let's before we get too busy, let's do the performance for our arrival at Bristol. Q&H, first of all, done 813 minimums. And weather at Bristol at QNH 1019. Temperature is 13 and 0905 knots. It's done. What you can also as well do in here as well, so anything in blue you can change, you can edit. And you can also change that as well, so you can change that as well. Yeah, I'll put that in. Sure it was 1019, wasn't it? Yep. That's a flight plan. So yeah, top of descent's coming up 2100 or 2200, so 15 minutes time. What we should also do as well, do a fuel check. So we go to flight log, find DCS because that's the next waypoint, and we should have 3,179. That's predicted fuel on board. So what did I say again? Sorry. 3179. And yeah, we've got about 800 kilograms left. Buffer, sorry. So that's good. What we should also do as well is do these checks here. So checking the engine looks all good, oil's correct, pressures are good. Yep, bleed is fine. Pressure is good. Electrics fine. Hydraulics all good. Fuel looks pretty even as well across the tanks. That's good. APA, don't worry about that. Air conditioning. It's comfortable, I suppose. Doors, yeah. Wheels. The time points, so this is useful. Sorry, I scroll in. This is useful to know, especially if you have an issue or you're going to get an issue, part of your sort of contingency planning. Also put EGLL there. Okay, so if we had an issue now, probably easy to go to back to Glasgow or EGCC. Yeah, so EGCC would be the so if we had an issue now, then Manchester would be the airport that would go to, so it's closest. And then just clear that, and it will go back to EGDD. So useful for some contingency planning. I'll show you again just in case you miss it. So at the minute it's the equal time point, so when we're basically right in the middle of our flight, if we have an issue, well, what's the best course of action? So as you can see, we're still 180 miles from Bristol, we're only 99 or 100 miles now from Glasgow. However, we have got some alternate airports we could use. So, if we had an issue right now, would Heathrow be any good? No, not really. And you could also put, I suppose, EGGD there. So yeah. So Bristol. Glasgow is still the one. Clear that back to Glasgow. And then if we put in Manchester, you can see that Manchester's quite clearly the closest airport. And then again we can test it with Bristol, and yeah. And then just delete those and it's back to normal. Just a bit of knowledge. I only learned that the other day. And I think I've posted the YouTube video on my Facebook page, so if you want, like and follow. My friend is Flight Sim Jim on Facebook, and the video is the YouTube video is there. It's about 30 minutes from an Airbus captain, going into depth about the MCDU and giving you hints and tips. Really useful stuff. If I show you on my nav display, go up to 40. There's that ETP, equal time point. So once we reach there, then that's the equal distance between Bristol and Glasgow. So if we were to do those that planning assumptions again after that ETP point, then it would be between Bristol, Manchester, and Heathrow. And Glasgow is now Glasgow. Once we get past, will be further away than Bristol, Manchester. In fact, what I'd like to do is we'll put that into 40. I'll put mine into 20 as we're in cruise. Very quiet in the skies tonight. There is not much traffic, but we might come into some traffic in a bit. Kind of just coming over the Lake District, sort of Barrow, Blackpool area. Oh, we have ground online. So, we've got ATIS as well. 126. Let's listen to some ATIS. I've not listened to ATIS for a while. 126030.
QNH1019, ground is open. Departing aircraft make initial contact on frequency 121.930. Acknowledge receipt of information Lima and advise aircraft type on first contact. Bristol information Lima, time 2020 Zulu, runway in use 09. Transition level flight level 70, surface, wind 1006 knots, visibility 10 kilometers or more, no cloud detected, temperature +11, dew point +1, QNH1019, ground is open.
Okay, that didn't make sense.
Departing aircraft make initial contact on frequency 12.
But what we can also do in the MCDU is we can go to menu, ATSU, AOC menu, ATIS, EGGD for Bristol, and arrival, and we can send. Transition level 70, surface winds 106 knots. I'm guessing that's 100 at 6. So what we can do is just kind of wary of the time. We've got 5 minutes to the top of the sun. Performance. Next phase. So QNH 1019. Yep, got that. Transition level was 070. Wind was 100.6. Temperature is 11. And 126. Say again, sorry, 121930 for ground. So we get that in now, 121930. So ground is tuned in when we get there. Also got a company message. So this is basically telling us if we need to file a delayed report. I think we got on time, do we? Yeah, no ADC required. There's other things you can do on this as well. So if I was to hit RIS, let's say, you can put in your required time of arrival. So you click that and you can put in a time, and then the aircraft will speed up or slow down depending on what you need to do. And then you can also put in altitude constraints or speed constraints as well. Particularly useful if ATC require you to be somewhere at a certain time, then you can use RTA, or if they say descend now, flight level 160 to be leveled by RISLA, you can put 160 into altitude constraint, and we'll do it for you. Okay, so we are 20 miles from top of descent, so we will get auto brake to medium, and we will get our required altitude down 3000. And we can also do a final fuel check. So we'll call it Nokin 2629. What name? Rizla. I like that as a waypoint. If you search on Google, especially around LA, the waypoints there are all named after famous actors and actresses. And I can't remember where. It's in the States though. There's waypoints that are named after Star Wars characters. Have a Google, it's very funny. What was that? 2160. American 2629. I'll write that down, otherwise I forget. 2629. So I believe that might be actually Liverpool. Okay, let's hit the altitude button and managed. Notice there, magenta 160, so that's the speed straight at, and that's the altitude straight at Weefby. And it was 2629 and we are 3440, so still around about 800 kilograms in the tank, additional. Premium traffic easy 270 Whiskey Charlie is 5 miles north of Kano. Passing flight level 310, descending to flight level 160 to be level by Weefby. Premium traffic. Okay, it's all looking good at the minute for descent, and we're following the green dot, which is good. I would have thought I'd have seen more aircraft. We didn't see any, did we? Haven't got any flashing lights or anything in the it's just a star. There's one. Very quiet tonight. So in a minute we're skirting to the west of some ATC controlled areas. We've got London Central Control online and London South. But as we're not going to any airports within those areas, they don't affect us. But we have got ground online, which is good. Interested to see where they park us. So we're kind of over mid Wales at the minute, just not far from the Brecon beacons. The ground chart's pretty simple for Bristol. We'll vacate at Bravo. We'll hold at Bravo and then we'll make contact with ground and then it's either along Zulu to West Apron, in front of the main apron, or the East Apron. Hopefully the East Apron, because then it's pretty much straight in. Stand 5 or 6 would do. I should turn his lights down because they're a little bit glary. There's a brightness thing on there, isn't there? This is in the chat. classes. We've be next one will be upcome. Started a few clouds. If that was on the forecast, let's have a look. No. River 7 there. Or was it cloud? No, it's River 7. Or the Bristol Channel, sorry. River 7's up there. Cardiff would be over there somewhere. Right, we need to get the speed down because I'm trying to get some points. Okay, so dropping below behind the green dots, so we'll just get some speed brakes on the go. And heading, we'll go 210. Okay, that's caught up with the green dot. Speed brakes off, and let's start coming right 250. Yeah, 210, my apologies. And passing 10,000, so that's landing lights on. Straights on. LS on. Straights on, LS on, and terrain on nav. No, we don't need to be that fast. Come on. So that's Cardiff in the distance. Okay, let's come left 220. And we'll make our 2,500. Okay, so activate the approach mode, which means that we can get rid of managed speed, and it was 1019. Okay, approach checklist bar reference is set 1019 on both. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums is 831, I think. 813. Auto brake is set to medium engine mode is normal.
That's the cabin secure for landing.
Thank you. Super signs weren't on. I thought I put them on. Okay, left 190.
We'll be landing soon, so please put your bags and laptops away. Fasten your seatbelt, close your seat table, put the armrest down, and open the window line.
Okay, left 170.
No longer use the toilets. Please look at the safety card.
Below the GLASGOW now.
It contains important safety information. In an emergency, leave all bags on board. At EasyJet, we're committed to reducing our environmental impacts. We'll be asking you to place recyclable waste in a separate bag as we collect rubbish from you. Please don't leave any rubbish in your seat pockets or on the floor.
One 50, and we'll hit the approach button. Further left 130. Zero. Okay, flaps 1, speed check. localizer captured. Bristol traffic easy 27 Whiskey Charlie, established localizer runway 09, 7.5 miles. Bristol traffic. Okay, that's a Glasgow captured. Bristol traffic easy 27 Whiskey Charlie, fully established ILS, runway 09, 5 miles. Bristol traffic. Okay, flaps 2. Speed checked. And landing gear down. Nose lights to take off. Runway turn off light on. Ground spoiler armed. Wheels down. Flaps 3. And flaps full. Okay, landing checklist. Econ memo, landing no blue.
Above.
Okay, landing screen.
Minimum.
Continue.
Retard.
Okay, flaps and reverse green. Decel.
Please keep your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is switched off. Electronic devices can now be used. Have a look around you to make sure you take everything with you. Be careful when you open the lockers as items may have moved. Smoking is not allowed until you're in a smoking area. Thank you for flying with us today. We look forward to welcoming you on board again soon.
Bristol ground, good evening, Easy 27 Whiskey Charlie, Alden Point Bravo, request taxi to gate.
Easy 27 Whiskey Charlie, good evening, taxi standard.
Repeat gate number, apologies, you came across a bit quiet, Easy 27 Whiskey Charlie.
Whiskey Charlie, say again.
Can you repeat gate number, please? EZ27 Whiskey Charlie.
EZ27 Whiskey Charlie, gate 8.
Gate 8, EZ27 Whiskey Charlie.
Bristol ground, this is EZ674 Charlie, ready for taxi.
EZ674 Charlie, taxi holding point Golf X-ray.
Taxi holding point Golf X-ray, EZ674 Charlie.
Oh, it's not an 8. Of course it's not. It's part of it anyway. Of course there's going to be somewhere in 8, isn't there?
EZ674 Charlie, no further ATC, 1 Uniform 122 decimal 8. Have a nice flight, bye.
1 and 2 Unicom, 122 decimal 8, EZ64. It's 674 Charlie.
I don't know if that's right or not, but we're going to Bristol. It's twice that's happened now. The MCDU's gone out. And I've shut engine number 1 down. And number 2. Get rid of that. Terrain off, flight directors off, constraints. Let's clear this up a bit. That's below 10, so we can get the big light off. Super signs off. That's my APO. So it all passes. Excellent, that's what we needed. Submit that. And that is done. We don't get any round on, afraid. Yeah. Anyway, thanks very much for watching and goodbye.